All right, we got it. I think we got it. Like we're live. Awesome. So I'm very excited. We have something super special today. I wanted to do this interview and learn a little bit more about your journey for a while. Um, so this is Evelyn, one of our black belts. I'm gonna kind of let herself introduce and um, share a little bit about her journey and what she does. You know, she started with us when she was a brown belt already, so I'm very interested and curious to learn more about her story. So welcome, Evelyn, and thank you for joining us.
For having me. I am excited to be here to share more about my jujitsu journey.
All right, let's. We want to start from the beginning, and I do want to know, like, how did you first discover jiu-jitsu? Like, what made you start training?
Well, originally I wanted to lose the weight that I gained from having my son. Jiu-jitsu wasn't, I didn't really know jiu-jitsu at the time, so I joined Muay Thai, and my Muay Thai coach was the person who introduced jiu-jitsu to me.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. How long ago?
This was back in 2012, so about 13 years ago.
Wow.
Mhm.
Do you remember the experience of your first class? Well, you did Muay Thai, but once you started Jiu-Jitsu, like, what was the experience? Because it's very different to be on your feet and away, and then changing to Jiu-Jitsu that you're like very close to the other
Yeah,
person, right?
so as I mentioned, I had no idea what jujitsu was. I didn't know anything about it. It was definitely very different. It was, I would say, a little bit more uncomfortable because I'm so used. I was already comfortable with Muay Thai. I was already training Muay Thai for almost a year, and I was
Mm,
already really enjoying it. And then when I went to my first jujitsu class, I remember they had who this blue belt who's also very nice, but they wanted him to kind of give me a one-on-one, so I didn't have to feel rushed or go with the pace of the rest of the class. So he was
mm-hmm.
showing me movements, but he was also very nervous and very sweaty, and like getting used to someone being so close to me and sweating on me, that was the most difficult thing at the time. I was, oh, like no one explained that to me, and I didn't do my due diligence and I didn't research it myself. So I was really caught off guard.
That's
And
so
yeah, it was just a very interesting experience.
that's so funny. Was it gi or no gi?
It was gi. It was gi. It was
Okay,
my
that's good. At, at least that is less sweat on top of you, so it's good.
right, right. But
And
yeah, it was definitely
did,
different. Um, I I knew like I had to it was more mental because I wasn't used to someone being so close, and I've always been a little bit claustrophobic, and I knew
mm,
like so that was naturally a little bit uncomfortable for me. But the
yeah,
guy who was great, but I think he also was
nice.
nervous because
Yeah,
um the teacher girl, especially her first class, and make her feel comfortable.
yeah,
I know men in the sport do their best to, you know,
yeah. I think that that is like something that and not just for the girls, but for everyone to get used to that close distance with the person is a little uncomfortable and maybe intimidating too, like that, like for girls too. You
yeah.
join a co-ed or a female only class?
There wasn't a female only class. There weren't a lot of females, maybe one or two. There was one other female that was really consistent training at the time, and then another one who was only coming when they were back in town from school. So it was mainly all males. And I mean, granted, they were all very nice, but still, for me, being the only girl and I'm on the smaller side of,
Mm.
things, it was intimidating, of course. Mhm.
That for me, I joke with Professor Kim, but we say that you are a jiu-jitsu survivor because you are like very light, and I think where you used to train was like a bigger male, and yeah, like it takes a special person to stick to it and reach the black belt, right? So we what was your call? You're a jiu-jitsu survivor, so you're a tough girl. But okay, so you joined EDJ as a brown belt already. How long already? How long ago? I don't remember what year you started with us.
I believe I started like 2023. I know it was during the summer. I think August is
Nice.
2023. Mm-hmm.
So you started as a brown belt. Can you share a little bit about that journey and what led to the decision of changing teams like so late in your belts?
So where I started in an MMA gym, but you know, they really emphasized like core values of martial arts, you know, respect, perseverance, loyalty, that. And I took that to heart. So I did feel like a survivor because that school really made me mentally tough because I was dealing with bigger men. There were some men who were fighters, you know, and I was like, I just have to get through this. But it was definitely a challenge because, you know, I didn't love jujitsu when I first started because it was so hard. And I didn't feel like I really had anyone who understood like how hard it was for me. And I didn't have anyone that knew how to really accommodate me the way I needed to feel comfortable in the sport. So it took me about a year to really get committed, and it was because there was a girl who came in. She was a fighter, but she was my same age as me in this very similar way as me, and she asked me to do jiu-jitsu with her, and she was the main reason why I stayed and stuck it out. So yeah, but it was really hard. Like, you know, people now when I train, like I'm very comfortable and I love being on the mats, and they just don't understand, like, you know, it was not like this the entire journey. Like, I literally times where my son's father had to literally push me out the door to go train because he's like, you need to learn how to defend yourself, you know, and I understood that, but I'm having to really like deal with people who are not similar in size as me and who are there for a different purpose. It was really hard to feel like I had a place, you know, and I didn't feel like even useful partner to these people because I'm not a fighter. I'm not like a big guy now. So it was a challenge at first. But
I
yeah.
I do think and I admire that about you. You are tough. I'm happy that you stick to it, and excites me a lot to have you in the mat because you truly love the martial art. Like you, every class like or camps, you are excited. You are there, no complaints. Work hard. I say, man, like it's just exciting to have you in the mat. And it's funny because we are training. One of our students is have a MMA fight coming up soon. So he was doing some MMA rounds like recently, and you were on the mat, kind of like just watching, and then it's a message like, sorry, can I next time can I do a round two like with him? Like I'm okay, like you know, I make sure I'm safe, but can I do an MMA round? I say, oh sure, if you want to, right? I'm trying to like, you know, take care of the girls that don't get hurt or punch or anything like that. You like, you know, want to be on the fire, but that's awesome. I love it. Okay, so what for you? What made EDJ like feel like home? The one thing I'm gonna say that for us like right away we felt like we met you like forever, and I don't remember how many months after you joined, but you traveled with us to Europe to do the European and you know, kind of integrate very fast to the team and the culture. So it's like, you know, was very fun to have you. But for you, like what made EDJ feel like home?
It was just a very easy transition. So, I mean, from the first day that I walked in, it just felt really peaceful for me.
Mm.
Like as a brown belt, I was at the state where I just really cared about training with a peace of mind because, um, as much as I love where I trained, the reason why I was looking elsewhere is because I didn't feel at peace training where I am, and I think that's very important to be mentally feeling mentally great where you train because you cannot really learn and grow when you're emotional because being emotional really clouds your judgment and everything. So walking into EDJ, I felt really calm and everyone was just, they're very welcoming. And going in as Rumble, I knew what kind of gym I was looking for. I wanted something very technical and I wanted the environment to feel very positive and very everyone supporting like a community, and that's what I wanted. And I got all those. I got that sense walking into EDJ, going on the mass. Like everyone was very friendly. Everyone was making sure I felt welcome. It was very professional. I loved the structure. Uh, just it was just so great, and I knew like that's where I belonged, and it was really easy because you guys are very friendly, and you really do make sure that, especially with me, you guys made sure that I felt like I belonged there. So, like I said, it was actually a very easy transition, and I as well felt like I've been there forever and I've known you guys for a long time, so it was really great. Very
That's
happy.
awesome. I do remember when recently I met you. First I grew up. I was raised in Ecuador. My mom, used to have like a tea with friends, and during the week, and they have like a lot of older ladies, and in the living room. And every time I get back home, I have to go like through each lady to say hi with a kiss in the cheek, right? So it's normal for us to be close, and if you say hi to someone in Ecuador, like they will give you the cheek like a kiss, right? So for me, it was a very big culture shock when I moved to US, because I always get close to give like hi and get close, and they feel just to like kind of back up or that. So I feel like like awkward. And then yeah, with time now I'm just, I don't give the a cheek, but I always like kind of a hug. It's impossible for me to get to like somewhere and not like hug someone, or what I mean, like say hi like with a physical touch, right? Like I usually hear they kind of walk in a room and then they do this, or they don't say hi, um but I just can't. I have to have that like, I don't know, touch point, or so like it's ingrained in me. So I thank my mom for that. But I think because of that too, I implemented to our coaches training. So now the coaches, they know they have to say hi and be like that with everyone. uh, but yeah, I don't know, was that awkward for you?
It was. It just because the culture of where I came from, we weren't huggers. It wasn't a bad thing, but it was more like, they wanted to be tough, and it wasn't, it just wasn't the environment. It wasn't bad or good. We just didn't hug each other. So when I first, after the first class, when we all lined up to end the class and everyone started hugging each other, I was like, okay, maybe it's because they're all close, they're all good friends, they're with each other. That's fine. And
Yeah.
then for the second class, and the same thing happened. I'm like, oh, okay, this is a hug. It was
No,
very eye opening, but I mean, of course I did it out of respect, but it was very different. And um, I don't, I'm very, I'm very social. I love to get to know people, but like being very close and affectionate, it does take me a minute. But I did it. But the one person who really made me embrace it is Professor Kim, because she did not let me refuse the hug. She just grabbed me tightly, and I was like, okay. And then,
Yeah.
but here I am today. I'm hugging everyone, even when I have old teammates. They come and they try the gym out, and I go for a hug. They're like, "Who are you? Like, what is going on?" And I'm just like, "I love hugging now." It's all because of Professor Kim.
Yes, and she is raised here, very American, and now I think after met me, maybe it wasn't aware too much about that, but now she gets it bug her when people don't say hi or don't get close. It kind of it's like the minimum. I don't know. At least in my opinion, you can't start a relationship if you don't say like hi, I'm bye. If you say hi, it can start talking to you because it's not even like an introduction or. So yeah, that's interesting.
I feel like saying hello is just the minimal of coming in with some respect. I mean, why would you go into anyone's home and not say hi? Like, that's
I agree.
just
Yeah, yeah.
odd.
But now for sure, Professor Kim will drag you and give you a good welcome hug to the school.
And
um,
I do feel like hugging is also really important, because some days you have like really hard training days and you feel like you didn't do well, or you kind of like in a brink of a breakdown, and just that hug just kind of like brings comfort, and you're like, oh, okay, I'll be okay. So I do think it does really well for it's just
mhm,
more than just a hug. It really
yep.
helps end someone's training day in a more positive light. So
hmm Just to kind of make clear, if anyone is listening, it's not that we have like hugging sessions that we stay hugging. It's like we go through the line and it's like a pat on the back, but we it's not like uh,
right.
nothing weird, right? But it's just like the way we say hi, and we go through the line when we finish class too. Okay, so what advice will you give to someone doing a transition? I'm not gonna get too much into it. Personal experience. I have been in places and also grew up in my journey very ingrained to be loyal, right? So for me that is very important. But the one thing that I learned is that loyalty, it goes both ways. Sometime, and I think that in the early days maybe, or I don't know if it's a South America thing or where like the martial art came, but you have a very authoritarian instructors, very hard and expecting that you are like pretty much the servant, and it's like a blind um, loyalty. So again, with time, I did understood, and I do try to be this way. The really loyalty is both ways, right? Like from the leader and from the student. And I feel that if a leader is not loyal to the student shouldn't be loyal back, and have all the right to, of course, choose a place that they feel comfortable, welcome, and safe, right? Another thing too is like blind loyalty. You shouldn't be loyal to a person. It's more like being loyal to the values of the team, right? So also that I make sure in our with our coaches, they know they if it's something that doesn't align with them or they're not happy, with students too, to please don't be here, because I don't want anyone who is not happy with what they're doing, right? Yeah, you shouldn't be in a place that you're not happy or not, or don't align with what your values, right? So what is the advice that you give someone that is in a transition, or maybe like unsure of what's next, right?
So I do really believe it's important for you to have respect for your professor. Respect is earned, and it goes both ways. And it's really hard to be loyal to somebody that you don't respect. And of course, when you start off as like a white belt, you're new, you kind of it's you're new, you don't know what you're really looking for, and you know, going from like white to brown belt, it takes years, and you grow because things happen, and then
Mm-hmm.
like what you look for or what you're more tolerant with, or it's just it changes. So for my advice for anyone who's like thinking about transitioning or they are in the process, it's let it happen, because getting your black belt is a really big deal, and you want to be proud where you get your black belt. You want it to reflect your professor, and if you don't feel like you're getting what you need, or um, you just don't feel like you're not getting what you need, and you don't feel like you feel stuck, it's okay to want more for yourself. And you know, when I was leaving and thinking about leaving as a brown belt, it was really scary, but it was also me knowing what I was looking for me to get my black belt, and where I wanted to train from black belt till however long I can train till. So I don't want anyone feeling stuck, but I do believe when you find the right gym and the right professor, you should be loyal, because they put a lot of time and effort into you. But I don't think it should be a stigma for someone at certain ranks to leave to find something that better suits them. I think it's okay. You know,
Right.
don't
Awesome.
struggle with it.
Yeah. How do you hope to inspire other female training? Like, you know.
I just hope I come from like very humble beginnings when it comes to jujitsu. I see all these white belt females now. They're so ambitious and they love training. And I was not that white belt. If you met me at a white belt professor, you probably would have hated me. Like I didn't show I struggled, and um, I just want to let the women know, especially, that there are days where you're going to feel like that, but just go day by day. Don't focus on the big picture. Always acknowledge your small wins. Um, Always have fun on the mats. Ask questions. It's okay to mess up. It's okay to not understand things right away. This is a slow progress sport. You don't want to rush it. You want to take in what you're taught, and you want to just try to understand it and get better and enjoy it. Enjoying it is the most important thing, for sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
I do like that. Sometimes first thing we overthink things, and jiu-jitsu is so big and maybe overwhelming. The really that what you say, like try to enjoy and have fun and be patient. It is very important. Um, so you start. I'm not sure before joining EDJ if you compete a lot or not,
I
but I
did not.
know. Sorry, you cut off. Can you repeat?
Oh, I did not. I didn't compete a lot. I think the last time I competed before joining EDJ was at blue belt.
Oh yeah, wow,
A
nice.
long time.
What made you want to start competing? I think yeah, you start competing right away when you join.
Yeah, you know what? Because I seen how accommodating you are to competitors. You really do give um, a great blueprint for competitors to get out there. And for me, that was really eye opening, because not every gym gives that time and invests that time into people who want to compete. And
Mm-hmm.
I just really liked it. Also, I loved seeing all the women who were competing at the school. That really inspired me. And I'm not talking about like women who are young in their early 20s. These are women around my age. And seeing you know, how much they enjoyed it, how much they loved it, it really motivated me to do it, you know. And I was a brown belt. I wanted to really put a dent in that belt. I wanted to put some blood, sweat, and tears to feel like
Nice.
I earned my black belt. So yeah.
You did amazing, and I am excited to have you. I'm very, very grateful to have you. You're a great role model for not just the girls, for everyone on the mat, really. Like, no excuses, and always there and doing your best. So it's like a blessing to have you. Um, I was gonna say this week, I think in the com class we had I don't know, it was more than the half, it was female on the mat. Um, and I don't know that this week training. So for you, is this the academy that you feel has the most mix between female and male on the mats, like regularly?
Yes. I mean, there have been times where the women, they're female outnumbered the men on the mats, and that is so amazing. That is rare. While the women population in jiu-jitsu is growing, it's still very male dominated. So not a
Mm-hmm.
lot of gyms have a high amount of females, and
Mm-hmm.
I because EDJ really accommodates to us and makes us feel safe. And we have such a good female role model like Professor Kim. Of course, we have you, but like she really gives us the example of how to be, you know, someone who's humble, hardworking, and how to have a positive attitude no matter what. And she really sets the tone for us, and I think that's super important. And that is what makes EDJ so special, is because we want to be on the mats. We want to train with her. We want to follow her example. And yeah, I'm just like, I just can't talk enough about how grateful I am, because when I did start, like I said, there were only 2 females on the mat, and it was really hard, you know, because
Mm-hmm.
guys, we're different, you know. Guys will always be strong, and no matter how much they let you work, realistically, you're like in competitions, you're not going to fight a guy, you know. And um, just being able to come and train and knowing I have amazing female partners, it's just really it's also part of why I love coming to train, and I always come with the attitude of, you know, just enjoy it because I do, you know.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, for real, I'm super grateful for Professor Kim too. She has put a lot of work on our female program. She started as I think as a blue belt already. She started coaching the yes, yeah. I don't remember if it was already there, but I think as a blue belt she started coaching the women's program. Yeah, we started a women's program with her as a blue, because we have these instructors course that we do every year, and the academy was just starting, and then I did want her to practice like coaching, and she was very hesitating to start, but really for me I see her like very caring and uh, patient, technical. She was, always in the academy and very helpful with new people. I said, man, like, you should start a woman's only beginner class. I said, oh, but I don't know anything. I said, man, you already have like a couple of years training. You're very much ahead of everyone who's starting. It's just a very simple, introduction to jiu-jitsu. So that's kind of how she got started, but now has grown into, yeah, sometimes I have more than guys in classes. So that is awesome. So what is next for you? What challenges are you putting yourself? Um, Maybe this year, next year, or now in your black belt. What is the challenges that you put yourself in the future?
I definitely want to compete more. I definitely want to get out there. Also, I want to focus on more on the instructor side, maybe coaching, just because, yeah, I want to get to the point where I am comfortable helping people, guiding them. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the way Professor Kim does for us, I want to do that. I want to, you know, do team. So basically, I'm just working on improving every day, and yeah, I'm just excited for what's to come. Black belt's really fun. It's a
That's
lot of
awesome. I love it, and I do think personally, I think like the full circle of learning is you of course start in your white belt and start learning the techniques, start learning how the martial art works, and then you're able to apply it, right? Competing or not, you can challenge yourself. Maybe it is like joining a competition class, regardless if compete or not. But even joining a competition class is maybe a little nerve wracking for people. But challenging yourself and kind of train like an athlete and just looking that improvement and be better, I think is very valuable. But yeah, the talking about the cycle is that you learn the techniques, then you apply it, right? Be able to do your specific training, do the sparring, but after that is sharing what you learn. So being able to teach someone that is new, I think it seals is different to be able to you apply something to then have to explain it to someone, and I do think that it's kind of like a seal of learning. It makes you really understand and think different the techniques. So I am very pro having people in the early belts like learning how to be a coach, how to motivate, and of course it goes hand to hand with continue training and improving yourself. But I do like uh, again having every belt to join like instructors courses or learning to coach and how to help, because yeah, you just have to be a little bit ahead of somebody new, right? Literally, you don't have to be a black belt to be able to teach a beginner how to hip escape, right? So blue belts are very fresh, excited, and they can easily help a new person in the academy to learn, like teaching the warm-ups, like kind of the first mount escape, kind of have like helping them also feel welcome. And I just love that and encourage everyone to embrace that too, because in your journey to black belt, I think once you reach your black belt, you should at least know how to communicate to people. Everyone will look up to the black belts, and you will, regardless if you're an instructor or not in the school, they will ask for questions. Yeah, they will ask for solutions and look up to the black belt. So for me, it's very important that regardless if you're looking to be an instructor or not, to at least one time in your journey do an instructor's course and learn a little bit about that, right? You don't want to like some new white belt to ask you something and you're like I don't know, like looking to the roof.
yeah, I agree.
Do we have the you did the instructor's course before, right? How many times have you done it already?
I believe I've already joined, I want to say 2 or 3 instructor courses.
Mm-hmm.
Already got certified for assisting coach, and then
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and then I think the one after, I forget when, but I do plan on doing the one on December 7th as well.
Nice.
So
Awesome.
I do feel like it's great to have these courses because I've seen a lot of people in other gyms, they just get thrown into it. So I feel like giving people guidelines kind of keeps everyone on the same page. So I look forward to the one coming up for sure.
That's awesome. Yeah, when I started, I didn't have black belts in my city, and I had to travel. I spent some time in Brazil, train there, and then come back and literally coach my friends. Same, go to US. I stay some months in training in a school that have black belts, and then come back and teach back home, train with friends. So for me, it was gonna struggle that transition. Like I didn't go like a formal education about like what to do or how to be more professional in jiu-jitsu or live or make it my living. uh Before my intro classes was just to have an hour of sparring and tap the person like as many times as we can, just to show them the power of jiu-jitsu, right? Hoping they sign up, right? So of course I didn't have like many sign-ups when I used to teach back home, but I think that is, with time we learn systems and things, and now we have a pretty good blueprint to be able to offer that to coaches that actually want to make that a career, or again just to a part-time hobby to be on the mat and helping. So Evelyn, thank you so much. It was very to chat with you and learn more about your journey. Again, we're super grateful to have you, and I can't wait to have you coaching some of our female classes too.
Yeah, I look forward to it. Thank you for having me. I look forward to training tonight as well. Hope to see.
I know that. Sorry,
Huh?
you're cutting off. Can you repeat?
Thank you for having me. I definitely look forward to coaching, especially the women and even the teens, the girls, in the near future. And yeah, thank you for opportunities.
Nice. Guys, before we finish, I just want to mention the couple events that we have coming up. So December, we have our Black Belt reunion. We want to have a special seminar. I think it's the Friday, the 5th of December 5th. We want to start early with some training, but at 7 p.m. we have a seminar with Master Joe Moreira. On Saturday, we have our team belt promotions, team picture, and then we have multiple seminars with multiple black belts. Guest instructors are going to be there, so that's a very fun event. For sure, we want to go out Saturday in the afternoon. And then on the Sunday, so Sunday the 7th, we have our next instructor course. That's open for every belt. Everyone can join it. I will put a link somewhere so you can sign up. But if you have me on Instagram, you will see on the bio, on the links on the bio, you see Black Belt Reunion, and you can sign up there for the event. And after that, January, we have the Elevation Camp. I'm very excited you're coming, Evelyn. It's a very cool event. So that's it. Thank you so much. I will see you tonight.
Yes, see you tonight. Bye. Thank you.